And being a Warhawk, so there's a lot of words that I think, with it. One of them is winning. We want to have a winning atmosphere. I think we got to be resilient with some things. Sometimes you got to do more with less, and that's kind of the Warhawk way sometimes. So we had some unforeseen, times in my 4.5 years being here so far where we've missed a lot of practice time, and this new synthetic turf is going to, reap so many benefits for our players. And it's exciting for them to know that when it does stop raining, or if it is a cold day, we can still get out there and do some things. Our coaching staff probably spent too much time on the field in all reality, especially because of the deficiencies we had with the drainage and stuff. So it's going to take a lot of time, or it's going to put a lot of time on our plate, again, to go back into our players, to go back into recruiting, to go back into fan engagement and things that we can do in the community now. There's still maintenance with the turf. It's just lower maintenance, and there's things that we have to do, but it is going to allow us to be with our players more, which ultimately, that again, those 180 days are the most important for me as a coach, because that's what these young men are coming here is to be baseball players, and they need that 180 days to go along with their studies and everything else that they have to do. I'm excited with the company field turf. We we did a lot of research and trying to figure some things out, and I wanted the surface to be as natural as possible. I didn't want it to be really bouncy and things, and there's a lot of different companies that are out there, and I felt really comfortable with field turf. The infield is going to play a little bit faster, because realistically on a regular field, the infield grass is a little bit shorter than the outfield grass and things like that. And then, of course, the dirt area becomes a little bit faster as well. The stadium previously, the bullpens were on the field, so a lot of times for our games, it was in line with home plate, so people couldn't see him. Now it's off a little bit, but it's still in a nice area for fans to be able to heckle a little bit and be fans, and that's what you want it to be. And it's a workspace for us. I mean, that bullpen is for our pitchers to be able to get better, and getting it off the field and having opportunities to be able closer to our weight room is huge. We've got over 2,000 square feet of a weight room now that has a nutrition center in there as well. That was a priority for me. It's difficult with all the other sports and sharing the weight room with football and women's basketball and softball and volleyball, everybody that's in there. Now we have our own, weight room that we can utilize, and our players can utilize on their own too if they want to come in and get, some small things that they can do. I mean, we have got guys that are in there sometimes doing yoga. You walk in there and they're just stretching, or our pitchers are in there doing their plyo work. So that area has been crucial for us. And then we've remodeled the locker room. We've done a bunch of stuff in here, again, for the players. I think that's ultimately from their experience when they come here. It's huge when you think about the weight room and this locker room. They engage in here so much. I mean, they're here a lot, and having a ping pong table and having TVs and things that they can do to relax. We host Bible studies in here and things like that the players run themselves, and I think that's crucial. And then the team room, that's something we did about 2 years ago. It allows us to be able to watch film. It's a classroom for us, in essence. We can go in before practice. We can go over the practice schedule. We can implement, whatever we're working on that day. If we're going over bunt defense or first and thirds, we can go over that on the board, show it to them, show them videos. We can also have guest speakers that come in, which is huge. I think it's important to have former players, to have people coming and talking about life skills that we have to do, and it's a comfortable environment for them. It's stadium seating, and it's easy sight line for them to be able to see, and of course watch motivational videos and things. And there's even times where they're in there watching Monday Night Football together, just to gather as a group. So it's pretty neat. From the fans' perspective, the 30 to 35 games that we host, you want them to enjoy that experience of the sight line to home plate and the sight line to the mound, and they're a little bit closer to the umpires, so it's going to be a neat environment for them, and that was something that was important for me because we have a great culture with our fans that come down and they like to socialize, and baseball is one of those sports that you can do that, and now with the left field and right field lines, they can do it even more. When I got here 4.5 years ago, my staff and I, we kind of walked around and just tried to gather information of things that we knew we had to do for the future of the program, because you have to be thinking, you have to be forward thinking and thinking the next few years away, from recruits to the players, everything. And we walked around and separately, and we wrote down things that we thought would be beneficial for the hitting coach, for the pitching coach, for me as the head coach, and we prioritized those things, and we've really checked off a lot of boxes in the 4.5 years. Capping it off with this turf is huge. We as a staff can honestly say that we've put a lot of work into this thing, and it's fun to see it. It's fun to see the players' reactions when they're like, "Coach, this looks great," or "I didn't think it was going to look like this," and that's what's been fun. Everybody has bought into what we're trying to do from the athletic department, and I think you're going to start seeing even more and more benefits, not only for baseball but everybody else as well.